Hello, everybody. It's Bill, it's that college football guy. Here with another video. Part 1 of the SEC prediction video series. We're talking Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, and Florida. All right. We got a lot to get into here about the SEC. So, shall we just get into this? All right. Alabama, 12-2 last year. Lost to Michigan in the college football playoff semifinal in Nick Saban's last game. Nick retires. Greatest coach in college football history. Nobody can dispute that. Vegas has your win total at 9.5 for the season. Kalen DeBoer comes in from Washington where they lost to Michigan in the national championship game. He's trying to bring some of his success over. How well is everything in his philosophy going to translate over? Nick Sheridan is the new offensive coordinator. How well is that going to be an issue here for Alabama? We're going to find out about that one. I know for the fact we're hearing some things talking about that they want to do more quarterback design runs for Jalen Milroe to take advantage of his offense, his mobility and his athleticism. More design running plays. I like the idea, but I'm also leery of it because the fact is, quarterback gets hurt, your season goes down. So I'm a little, excuse me, worried about that for them. But see how that goes. Running back and wide receiver rooms are solid. Offensive line, though, it's going to be transfers. There's transfers with everybody. We already know this. It's going to be how all the offensive line is going to gel together because that's going to be key. The new DC, Kane Womack. He was a former head coach at South Alabama. How well is his system going to go there? He runs primarily like a 4-2-5, and if you watched Alabama, that was kind of what Saban was running at the end. And when I heard this, and some of the Alabama fans can let me know in the comments section, that basically Womack went to Coach Saban and asked him, of the players who are staying, what position should I put them in to let them to maximize their success? He actually went to Coach Saban and asked, and Coach Saban and him have had apparently multiple lengthy conversations about where would be the best place for all the players coming back. Saban's still a part of Alabama. Maybe I said, oh, Saban's gone. No, he's still there. He's got an office still. It's not as big office as he has. He has a smaller one down the corner. Defensively, of course, with the changeover, you got a lot of transfers. Key to this is how everything gels together. That's going to be the key to all of this. All right. So we get into the schedule here. Alabama starts the season off at home against Western Kentucky. Yeah, that's a dub. Then you're at home against South Florida. You played them last year and you beat them by 14 on the road. Now you got to play them at home. That was a rather low-scoring game. It actually was kind of a shocker. But I think you're beating South Florida again. You're on the road at Wisconsin. If you saw my Big Ten predictions, you already know how this one goes down. You're beating Wisconsin on the road. Then you get your bye. Come out of the bye, at home, Game of the Year candidate, strong one for, I believe, Game of the Year, against Georgia. You beat them by 3 in the SEC championship game. They had their chance getting robbed for 3 consecutive national titles. They are pissed about that. They want revenge. This is going to be the biggest game that in his short little career at Alabama, Kalen DeBoer is going to have. And unfortunately, I think Georgia's too much for now. And Georgia's going to beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Then you're on the road the following week at Vandy. It's Vandy. You're going to get a win. Then you're at home against South Carolina. Shane Beamer trying to do what he can there, but they just don't have the horses to keep up with Alabama. So you're losing. South Carolina's losing to Alabama. On the road at Tennessee, my Vols. 2 years ago, the Vols beat you. You beat them by 14 last season. This was tough for me. And I was like, okay, I need to be objective. I need to be objective. And I made a decision similar to this when it came down to Colorado and Nebraska. You're asking Dylan Raiola, a freshman, to outduel Shedeur. He's not outdueling Shedeur. So Colorado's going to win that game. You're asking redshirt freshman Nico Iamaleava to outduel Jalen Milroe. No, Jalen Milroe is not exactly, he's not Peyton Manning. He's not a superstar. Eventually could be a superstar quarterback. We don't know. But can he outduel him? I don't know. I didn't see enough in the bowl games. He ran a lot. I didn't see a lot of passing that much for my liking. So even though I'm a Vol, I'm picking Bama to beat Tennessee in Neyland in Knoxville. Then you're at home against Missouri the following week. Tough game. Missouri at home. They're a tough team. They're going to be physical, and they're going to be trying to push you guys around. But I think Alabama, you're going to beat Missouri. Then you get your second bye On the bye, on the road at LSU. You beat them by 14 last year at home. Both schools have byes going into that game, so nobody can say didn't have a bye. It's even. So on this game, I actually was like, okay. The one thing I've been thinking about the whole time I was doing the Alabama predictions is I figure Kalen DeBoer is going to slip up somewhere. He's going to have one game, he's going to lose, and he shouldn't. And that's this game. I'm picking LSU to beat Alabama. Then you're at home against Mercer. You're going to get the win. Get the win there. On the road at Oklahoma, in Norman. Big game. Tough opponent. Physical. We'll see how this goes. But I looked at this, and Alabama's been kicking on all cylinders. Oklahoma could have its issues. And I'm picking you to go into Norman and beat the Sooners. You finish the season at home, the Iron Bowl, against Auburn. You beat them by 3 last year in a game, on the road last year in a game that should not have been that close. In fact, you had to do a miracle play to get back and win it, and that was rather disappointing for me watching. I mean, it was great college football. I'm a college football fan first. But for me, it's like, it shouldn't have been that close. Why were you playing that way? But you beat them by 3 on the road. Now you're at home. You're going to prove the fact that this isn't going to be anything accidental. You're beating Auburn in the Iron Bowl to go 10-2, 6-2 in conference. Now we're talking about the Arkansas Razorbacks next. 4-8 last season. Vegas has got their win total at 5.5. Sam Pittman is now this will be his 5th year. He's 23-25 in 4 years at Arkansas. Is he coaching for his job? Yeah, actually, I think he is. KJ Jefferson left, went to UCF. In comes Taylon Green from Boise State. Taylon Green is an athlete. He makes plays with his legs and with his arm. He is a hell of a quarterback, and he's going to be a hell of an addition for Arkansas. How quickly can he grasp the offense? We're going to find out about that. Running back room, solid, should be pretty damn good. Wide receiver room, going to few key transfers. How well can everybody blend together? Offensive line, a lot of transfers. But since Sam Pittman's an offensive line coach, I don't have any doubts that the offensive line is going to gel. Defensive line is good, but quality depth for me could be an issue. I'm kind of worried about that. Linebacker and secondary rooms should be damn good. We'll see how that goes. So, Arkansas, what's your season looking like? Well, you start the season at home against Arkansas Pine Bluff. Really? You're beating Arkansas Pine Bluff. Then you're on the road to Oklahoma State. If you watch the Big 12 predictions, excuse me. This goes, you're losing at Oklahoma State in Stillwater. Then you're at home against UAB the following game. Yeah, you're beating UAB. UAB just can't have the horses to keep up with you. On the road at Auburn. You lost by 38 at home last year. 38. And they're beating you again. Now you're facing Texas A&M next in Arlington. You lost by 12 last year to them. I was debating on this one, but I realized Texas A&M, Mike Elko, I got faith in them, and they're beating you, Arkansas. A&M is going to beat you. Then you're at home against Tennessee. Somewhat of a hostile environment, but you just don't have the firepower to keep up with them. And James Pierce is going to have a field day. So you're losing to the Vols. And you get your bye. You come out of the bye at home against LSU. You lost by 3 on the road. Now you have a chance to do it there. And the fact is, I was looking at it going like, no, you know what? You're at home. Could you beat LSU? And I'm like, you know what? No, you're not beating LSU. You're losing to them. On the road at Mississippi State. Mississippi State, you lost to them by 9 at home. That was a very sour taste in your mouth. You want to do something about it. You want to do something to improve it. Do something with it. I think it sucks about being sick. Nose keeps running. I apologize, everyone, but this flu sucks. Or whatever the hell this is. Anyway, Mississippi State, you lost to them by 9 on the road. At home last year, you want revenge. Even though this is on the road, this is Mississippi State, and I think you're going to beat them on the road. Then you're at home against the other Mississippi school, Ole Miss. I don't give a damn you're at home. Ole Miss has got too much firepower, and you cannot keep up. Ole Miss is going to beat you. Then you get your second bye. Oh, who we get out of the bye? You're at home against Texas. Yeah, there's a big fat L waiting for you. Then you're at home against Louisiana Tech, G5 school. You'll get that win, and you finish the season on the road at Missouri. They beat you by 34 at home last year. Now you got to play them on the road, and you're losing again. So that puts you at 4-8, 1-7 in conference for Arkansas. Now the Auburn Tigers. You were 6-7 last year. You lost by 18 to Maryland in the Music City Bowl. Vegas has your win total at 7.5. Hugh Freeze, this will be year 2 for Hugh Freeze. How well can he do? How well can this offense and everything gel together? Peyton Thorne in a quarterback. He's going to be a key to a lot of success in this team. How well can everything go flow through him? Running back room, pretty much everybody in the running back room is back. So that's actually pretty damn good. Wide receiver room is solid. Offensive line, however, transfers, losses. It's going to be some issues there. How well can everyone get up to speed? Former Texas A&M defensive coordinator DJ Durkin is now your new DC. How well is everyone going to adapt to his system? I mean, defensive line has a potential to be something special. There's actually some potential all-SEC guys on this line. They're going to get after the quarterback. Linebacker rooms, secondary rooms, the DBs both have potential to be something good. How will everyone blend together with the transfers? That's going to be key to there. So let's start with Auburn Tigers. Start the season, at home against Alabama A&M. Yeah, that's a dub. Then you're at home against Cal. You beat by 4 on the road last year. Cross-country travel, almost lost that one. But if you watch the ACC prediction videos, you already know how this goes. You beat Cal at home. Home against New Mexico. Mountain West School, don't have the firepower to keep up. You're beating New Mexico. Home against Arkansas. Yeah, 4 consecutive home games, about to be 5. Home against Arkansas, literally just did this. You're beating Arkansas at home. Then you go at home against Oklahoma. Man. This is going to be tough for you. And Oklahoma's going to want to prove something, the fact that some people are saying, you guys don't belong in the SEC. They're going to want to prove the fact that they do. So I'm saying that you're going to lose to Oklahoma. And then after those, Alabama, A&M, Cal, Mexico, and Arkansas, your 4. And then the next 4 with a bye in the middle of it. Home against Oklahoma. And next on the road at Georgia, traveling to Athens, where you lost by 7 at home last year. Closer game than I thought it was going to be. They want to prove the fact that it wasn't. We should have beat you by more, and Georgia's going to blow you out. I'm sorry, but that's what I think. Then you have your bye. You come out of the bye on the road again at Missouri. Physical team, and then the 4 in a row physical teams. You had Oklahoma and Georgia. Now you got Missouri, and I think you're losing at Missouri. Then you're on the road again. 5 consecutive home games. 5 straight home games to start the season now. 3 straight road games, Georgia, Missouri, and then on the road at Kentucky, a definitely physical SEC team. And I see Kentucky beating you. There's just the physicality is going to be too much. There's all these games in a row. It's going to hurt. But then you get a little bit of a break. You get to play Vandy the next week at home, and you're going to beat Vandy. And you get a bye, your second one. You come out of the bye at home against ULM, Louisiana Monroe. You're going to beat them. On the road at Texas A&M, you lost by 13. 17. Oh, Jesus. Double digits. Last year. You're on the road. And you're losing again. And you finish the season at Alabama, the Iron Bowl. Literally just did this. You're losing to Alabama. So you're finishing 6-6. 2-6 in conference. At least you're bowl eligible. And now, the Florida Gators. 5-7 last year in Billy Donovan's end of year 2. 11-14 in 2 seasons. Vegas has Florida's win total at 6.5. They think they're going to be bowl eligible, with arguably the toughest schedule of anybody in Division I college football. The toughest. 11 power schools out of 12. The toughest. How well is this going to go offensively? So here we go here. Graham Mertz played very well last year. QB transfer coming in from Wisconsin. Can he keep it going? Running back room. A lot of guys didn't get a lot of play because of Etienne. Can everybody carry the load and stay healthy? Because there was some injuries there. Wide receiver room, ton of transfers. How quickly can everybody get on the same page? Offensive line also got an overhaul. How fast that going to gel together because of all those problems there. Defensively, also has a bunch of transfers. That's going to be an issue. Linebacker room is actually pretty damn good. And the secondary is actually pretty solid. They could actually become a lot better with pass rush, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so Florida. You start up the season at home against Miami. I said this game right now that every year Billy Napier wins a game he doesn't supposed to win. And I had in the ACC prediction videos, this is the one. He beats Miami at home. Then you're at home against Samford. That's a dub. Home against Texas A&M. I was debating on this one. A&M should have more talent than you, but this is at home. Coin flip for me. You're at home, so I'm having you beating Texas A&M. Then you're on the road at Mississippi State. This is also the same thing, kind of a coin flip game for me, because it's just Mississippi State is their team may not be that good, but it's a tough place to play. But I have but the fact is, I would normally think coin flip and be the road team. You would be at the advantage, but since you played A&M the week before, I'm thinking you're losing on the road at Mississippi State. By the next week, home against UCF, Central Florida. If you watch the Big 12 predictions, you know the fact they're beating Central Florida. On the road at Tennessee, you beat them by 13 at home last season. That game was a very sour taste in a lot of Vols fans' mouths and a lot of the players. They want revenge, and they got a warm welcome waiting for you in Neyland, and you're losing to Tennessee on the road. Then you're at home against Kentucky the following week. You lost by 19 on the road last year. You're at home. It could be a physical game on top of that, but you played Tennessee the week before, so even though you're at home, I'm picking you to lose to Kentucky, back-to-back losses. Then you get a bye. Then it's the cocktail party against Georgia in Jacksonville. You lost by 23 last season, and you're losing again. This Georgia just has too much firepower. Then you're on the road. We're talking about back-to-back games. This stretch of games, the last 7 for Florida, is a gauntlet. Now, I'm going to jump ahead and tell you where everybody is, but like you had Miami, Samford, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, UCF. All right, last 7. Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State. Yikes. All right. So the cocktail party. On the road at Texas in Austin, and they're going to beat you up and beat you. Sorry. Home against LSU. You lost by 17 on the road last year. That was Jaden Daniels. He's not there now. You're at home, and I think you're beating LSU. Then you're at home again the following week against Ole Miss. They just have too much firepower. They just have too much. So I'm predicting you're losing to Ole Miss at home. And finish the season on the road at Florida State, in-state rivalry game. You lost by 9 at home last year to Florida State. They want to prove last season wasn't a fluke, and they got a bad taste in their mouth. There's a chance to close out the season on a good note. So you're losing to Florida State. So that means you're 5-7, 2-6 in conference. Could Billy Donovan possibly be getting fired? It's definitely a possibility. But why don't you let me know about all these predictions down in the comments. So thanks, everybody, for watching the video. If you haven't done it already, do me a favor. Smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. It helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, Florida. What do you think they're going to do this year? Was I right? Was I wrong? Shout them with the differences in the comments as my machines are going like crazy. Share the video if you want to. If you haven't done already, everybody subscribe to the channel. Thank you for doing so. If you haven't, check out some of the other videos I've done. If you like them, hey, subscribe to the channel. You're on the way to 700 subscribers. Slowly but surely on that crawl to 1,000 to make some things happen. My machine likes to play music. Yeah. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to follow me on X, I usually do some fun stuff on there too on Twitter. The link will be in the description. So, thanks everybody for watching part 1. Part 2 coming up. Gonna be interesting. So, thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully, the sickness will go away soon, as this sucks. Be safe out there, and please be good to each other.